Here's Fred. A recent offer to write an essay for one of the largest companies in the nation has been made to Fred, a writer. Who doesn't appreciate being paid? Fred is so thrilled that executing this work successfully may as well ensure a long-term contract with the business. He was given the work on a Monday and had to turn it in by 5 p.m. 5 days later. Fred is a fantastic writer who is self-assured and creative, but instead of completing the task as quickly as possible, he continued delaying it. This may have been because he believed his skills, but as the days passed, Fred's excuses became less convincing. As you would have expected, Fred realized as soon as he awoke on a lovely Friday morning that time was running out to do the job he was scheduled to turn in. He is frantically striving to accomplish a job before it is due at 5 o'clock, secretly punishing himself for putting it off earlier. He was a fantastic writer, and he finished the assignment ahead of schedule, but regrettably, the business didn't ask Fred back for a second assignment since he performed so poorly and didn't have enough time to thoroughly check his work. What led to this? What happened? Why did he lose concentration? In addition to the unnecessary preparation, coffee breaks, and hours spent on other work that he might have safely delegated to next week, he also spent hours reading emails again and monitoring social media. Sounds recognizable? In such a case, you are not alone. Many of us fall into the trap of procrastination. In reality, 95% of us delay things to some extent, according to studies. Knowing you're not alone may be reassuring, but realizing how much it might limit you can be disheartening. In this video, we'll examine the causes behind it as well as some methods for better task management and prioritization. Does procrastination equate to laziness? Laziness and procrastination are sometimes conflated, yet they are quite distinct. In order to avoid having to complete the work that you know you should be doing, you actively opt to do something else. In contrast, being lazy denotes passivity, inaction, and a refusal to take action. Procrastination often includes putting off doing something difficult, but probably more necessary in favor of something more pleasurable or simpler, yet giving in to this urge might have negative effects. For instance, we may feel guilty or humiliated about even brief instances of procrastination. It may result in decreased production and prevent us from reaching our objectives. Long-term procrastination may cause us to lose motivation and disenchantment with our work, which can result in despair and even a loss of employment, as occurred to Fred in the previous incident. Before you can start to address your procrastination, you must first understand why it is happening. Do you avoid certain tasks, for example, because you find them tedious or unpleasant? If so, take action to get it done as soon as possible so you can concentrate on the parts of your work that you like more. Procrastination may result from a lack of organization. Because they employ efficient timetables and prioritize to-do lists, organized individuals are able to overcome it. These tools aid in work prioritization and deadline management. Even if you're well organized, a job might nevertheless make you feel uneasy. Perhaps you put it off and find comfort in working on tasks that you know you are capable of doing because you are unsure of your abilities and scared about failing. Some individuals are equally afraid of achievement as a failure. They believe that if they are successful, they will be inundated with demands to take on additional responsibilities. Surprisingly, procrastinators tend to be perfectionists. They often choose to forego doing a job they don't feel competent to complete rather than perform it poorly. Poor decision-making is another significant factor in procrastination. If you are unsure of what to do, you'll probably put off taking action out of concern that you could make a mistake. Try to concentrate on the long game if you are putting off a chore because you believe it to be unpleasant. According to research, impulsive people are more prone to putting off tasks because they are preoccupied with immediate rewards. Determine the long-term advantages of finishing the assignment to combat this. Could it, for instance, have an impact on your yearly performance evaluation or year-end bonus? To make a job more fun, consider outlining the negative effects of putting it off. What would happen, for instance, if you don't finish the task? How may it impact your individual, group, or company goals? While doing so, it may be helpful to reframe the activity by considering its significance and purpose. This will increase its value to you and boost the value of your effort. It's also critical to recognize that we often exaggerate how painful an activity is. So try it out. You could discover that it's really not as horrible as you first believed. If you often put off jobs because you find them to be too daunting, consider splitting them up into smaller, more manageable pieces. Put more effort into beginning projects than completing them by breaking them up into smaller jobs. As an alternative, you may plan your project using an action plan. Start by completing fast and simple activities. Your feeling of accomplishment from these little victories can boost your confidence and help you feel less overwhelmed by the bigger endeavor or goal you're pursuing. It all comes down to action in the end. No matter how much planning, scheming, and hypothesizing you do, if you don't act, nothing will change. Sometimes, viewers will keep whining to me about their circumstances without ever doing anything about it. I have never heard of someone delaying their achievement, and I don't think that will change very soon. Get a handle on yourself and do whatever it is you're putting off if you want to finish it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more useful and fascinating topics.